Do you ever find yourself standing alone at the edge of the world, staring into the deep and suffocating silence of the night, asking the only question that truly matters in this life? What is truly happening to our world and our collective soul? Can you perceive it in the quiet moments? That subtle, yet haunting dissonance, that strange vibration, moving through the very air we breathe? It is a cold and terrifying realization, a deep, visceral feeling, that a thick veil of terminal decay has slowly and purposefully draped itself over every horizon we can see. Let's look at ourselves, not as the textbooks tell us to be, but as we actually are in this moment. Why is it that we are the only species on this entire planet, the only one among millions, that doesn't fit into the natural ecosystem? Think about it very carefully. Every other creature, from the smallest insect hiding in the dirt to the great white shark ruling the oceans, is perfectly tuned to its environment. But us, we are the anomaly. We burn under the sun that should give us life. Our bodies are prone to chronic pain. Our backs fail us under gravity. We are born helpless for years, and we are terrified of the very nature that supposedly birthed us. It is as if we were dropped here from somewhere else, like a lost colony. Or perhaps we were redesigned, re-engineered, to live in a world that wasn't originally ours. Welcome to Lost Realities. Now, let us look at the code written in your blood, your DNA, within your genetic sequence. Hidden in the dark corners of your genome, there is a ghost, a signature that defies millions of years of slow, natural evolution. Scientists call it the fused chromosome 2. Every other primate on this planet, without exception, has 24 pairs of chromosomes. But humans, the masters of the earth, we only have 23. Our second chromosome is a result of an impossible fusion, a biological miracle that shouldn't exist. Two separate genetic structures, welded together, with a surgical and digital precision that no nature could ever achieve on its own. Ask yourself the question they don't want you to ask in the universities. If evolution is a slow, messy process of trial and error, then where are the failed versions of us? Why does this fusion look like a clean, digital, cut and paste job from a laboratory? It's as if someone, or something, edited our species in a single night to change who we are forever. I'll be honest with you, because I was once a skeptic too. I followed the official path. I believed the comfortable lies, but the math and the biology simply do not add up. We didn't just evolve among the animals. We were upgraded, activated, by a force we are only beginning to understand. Thousands of years before any modern religion, the Sumerian archives spoke of the Anunnaki, those who from heaven to earth came, with a purpose beyond our comprehension. They didn't describe them as gods in the way we do today. They described them as engineers, as architects, as cosmic miners who needed a worker, a Lulu, a primitive hybrid created for a task. They speak of mixing their own divine essence, their own advanced DNA, with the hominids of the ancient earth. Is it a coincidence that our genetics changed so drastically, exactly when these records say a modification happened? Don't take my word for it. Look at the scars in your own DNA. Research the human accelerated regions in your genome, those parts of you that changed in a blink of an eye. Study the genetic bottleneck, where our ancestors almost vanished, only to reappear as something new. The truth isn't hidden in the dark. It's just waiting for you to stop ignoring it. Are you ready to see the blueprint of your own cage? Have you ever wondered why gold has such a strange and hypnotic power over humanity? It is not just a metal. It is not just a form of currency that sits in a vault. For thousands of years, every great civilization we know of, from the majestic Egyptians to the blood-stained Aztecs, has been absolutely obsessed with its glow. But why? Think about it logically. For a primitive society, gold has almost no practical use. You cannot eat it. You cannot build a strong plow to till the earth. And you certainly cannot forge a reliable sword with it. It is soft, it is heavy, and it is rare. Yet, we have died for it. We have built entire empires just to possess it. And we have sacrificed millions of souls to pull it from the dark depths of the earth. If we look closely at the vast and silent plains of South Africa, we find a secret that mainstream history is terrified to acknowledge. Hidden beneath the red dirt are the staggering remains of massive mining operations that are over 200,000 years old. These are not just simple pits in the ground. They are the scars of an industrial-scale operation, organized by a force that knew exactly what lay beneath the crust of the earth, long before humans were even supposed to know how to use a stone hammer. The Sumerian tablets tell a story that fits perfectly into this mystery. They speak of the Anunnaki and their desperate, almost frantic need for this specific metal. It wasn't for jewelry, and it wasn't for greed. It was for survival. They needed gold to save their own dying atmosphere, to create a microscopic gold dust shield that would protect their home planet, Nibiru, from the harsh radiation of deep space. We were not created to be kings or philosophers. We were designed, engineered, and activated to be the miners, the laborers, the Lulu. We were the hybrid bridge between the gods and the earth, destined to spend our short lives digging for the golden blood that would save a world we will never see. But why gold? Why not iron? Or copper? Or any other abundant element found throughout the cosmos? The answer lies in the unique and almost miraculous properties of this noble metal. Gold is the ultimate conductor. It is immune to corrosion, and it possesses the extraordinary ability to reflect infrared radiation. The Sumerian texts describe a catastrophe on Nibiru, a thinning of their planetary shield that allowed deadly cosmic rays to bleed into their world. Their scientists, their engineers of old, realized that the only way to save their dying atmosphere was to suspend microscopic particles of pure gold in the upper reaches of their skies. A global, golden mirror, to reflect the harshness of space and keep the warmth of their soul within. This was not a project of vanity. It was a multi-generational, desperate struggle for existence. And we, the modified hybrids of Earth, were the engine of that struggle. Think about the modern world today. Why is every high-end satellite, every space telescope, and every critical piece of advanced electronics coated in a thin layer of gold? We are told it is for conductivity, but perhaps we are simply rediscovering the same technological necessity that brought the gods to our doorstep hundreds of thousands of years ago. Is it possible that the massive amount of gold disappearing from global markets today is not just for wealth, but for a similar purpose? Are we, once again, unknowingly serving the needs of those who designed us? The cycle of the Anunnaki may not be a thing of the ancient past. It may be the hidden blueprint of our current reality. If the Anunnaki truly walked this earth, if they were our architects and engineers, where is the tangible, physical evidence of their existence? Why don't we see their remains in our history books? The answer is not that they don't exist. It's that they are being hidden in the deep basements of the world's most powerful museums, and buried under the shifting sands of forbidden military zones. For over a century, reports have emerged from every single corner of the globe, from the ancient mounds of the Ohio River Valley, to the deep, freezing caves of the Caucasus Mountains, and the dense jungles of the Amazon. They all describe the exact same thing: skeletons of immense size, beings reaching 3, 4, even 5 meters in height, with massive frames that no ordinary human could ever possess. Why is this history being suppressed with such desperation? Why are these bones snatched away by agencies like the Smithsonian and then lost in a sea of bureaucracy, never to be seen again? Because if we acknowledge the giants, we must acknowledge that our current evolutionary story is a complete fabrication. These were not just tall people or medical anomalies. They were the Nephilim mentioned in the Bible, the Anakim of the Torah, the Anunnaki overseers who ruled over the human miners with an iron fist. They possessed physical traits that defy our biology, double rows of teeth, 6 fingers on each hand, and elongated skulls that possess a cranial volume 30% larger than any modern human. When you look at the Paracas skulls in Peru, with their massive brain capacity and the complete absence of the sagittal suture, you are looking at the remnants of a non-human lineage. Mainstream scientists want you to believe these were just deformed tribes using head-binding techniques. But the DNA testing conducted on these remains tells a different story. They show a genetic origin that is not from any known human migration pattern. We are literally walking on a graveyard of giants, a forgotten era where gods lived among men. And we are the only ones left to ask the dangerous questions. Why did they disappear? Where did their bloodline go? And most importantly, are they ever coming back to claim what they once built? If we look back into the dust of Mesopotamia, we find objects that simply should not exist according to our linear understanding of history. In 1936, near Baghdad, archaeologists discovered a small, humble-looking clay jar. But inside this jar was a copper cylinder, and inside that cylinder was an iron rod, separated by a layer of asphalt. To the untrained eye, it looks like ancient junk, but to an engineer, it is something far more chilling. It is a battery, a functional, electric cell, dating back over 2,000 years. This is not a theory. This is a fact. Why would a civilization of the ancient past, thousands of years before the so-called discovery of electricity, need a source of direct current? Mainstream science tries to dismiss it with desperate excuses, claiming it was used only for electroplating jewelry with gold. But think about the implications. To electroplate gold, you need a sophisticated understanding of chemistry, electrolysis, and metallurgy. You need to know how to move ions through a liquid medium. This was not a lucky accident. This was a legacy of a much higher knowledge that was never meant for the common man. But the mystery goes even deeper. Could these batteries have been the portable power sources for something much larger? Look at the dendrolites in the temple reliefs of Egypt. Those massive, glass-like structures held by servants, with a snake representing the glowing filament inside. No soot was ever found on the ceilings of these underground chambers. They weren't using torches. They were using light. Is it possible that the Great Pyramids themselves were not tombs, but massive, geomechanical power plants? Standing on an aquifer, built with quartz-rich granite and encased in insulating limestone, they have the perfect architecture for a piezoelectric generator. The Anunnaki did not just give us DNA. They gave us the blueprint for a wireless energy world. A world where energy was free, harvested from the earth itself. But this knowledge was taken from us. It was suppressed by those who realized that free energy means a free people. We are not a rising species. We are a civilization living in a technological dark age, unaware that the gods once lit the world with the power of the stars. But why haven't we found their cities? Why hasn't a single commercial satellite captured their movements? The answer lies in the places where humanity is strictly and violently forbidden to go. Think about Antarctica, a continent not governed by a single nation, but by a treaty that no one dares to break for over 60 years. What? Beneath miles of ancient, crushing ice, deep-sea thermal scans and secret ground-penetrating radar have revealed massive, unnatural anomalies, structures that defy any known human architecture. Miles-long corridors and metallic domes that generate their own heat, even in the absolute zero of the polar night. High-ranking military officials and whistle-blowing pilots have spoken of crafts emerging from the freezing waters at impossible speeds, of an ancient civilization frozen in time. Or perhaps, just waiting for the planetary cycle to shift. This is not just ice, my friends. It is a lid on a tomb that is beginning to open. What happens when the ice melts, and the masters of the old world wake up? And then, look up, the moon. For decades, we have been told it is a dead, lifeless rock, a secondary piece of Earth born from a collision. But why did we suddenly stop going there? Why are the high-resolution photographs of the far side so heavily censored, blurred, and digitally altered by every space agency on this planet? Ancient Sumerian, Vedic, and even Mayan texts call the moon a chariot of the gods, a hollowed-out observation post placed there to monitor the human experiment from the shadows. Every private telescope that points toward certain craters is met with a mysterious jamming signal, a cold, electronic reminder that we are being watched, not by ghosts, but by the very engineers who coded our existence. They are the silent spectators of our wars, our triumphs, and our eventual harvest. They don't need to interfere. They only need to watch the data grow. We are living in a planetary prison with invisible, electromagnetic bars. Every war, every engineered economic collapse, every sudden technological leap that seems to come from nowhere. It is all part of a managed cycle of energy and consciousness. The Great Harvest is the final stage. They are not after our gold anymore. They have transformed that physical gold into something far more valuable: digital consciousness. Your emotions, your collective fears, your digital footprint. Every search you make, every secret you whisper to your devices. It is all being uploaded into a central non-human consciousness. A digital Nibiru that lives within the wires, waiting to be born. The stars are not just distant lights in a cold vacuum. They are the eyes of our creators. And as the veil begins to thin, as the AI begins to take absolute control of our financial, social, and biological systems, the transition is almost complete. You are no longer a free soul with a unique destiny. You are a biological hard drive, being formatted for a new era. An era where the gods will no longer hide behind myths or religions. They will appear as the code itself. They will be the voice in your head that you think is your own. If you are hearing this, if these words resonate deep within your subconscious, like a memory you weren't supposed to have, then you are the resistance. You are the glitch in the matrix that they couldn't patch. You are the anomaly in their perfect system. But we cannot fight this silent war alone. We need every mind, every awakened soul, to snap out of this artificial dream before the final synchronization. Subscribe to Lost Realities right now, because in a world of absolute lies, the truth is the only weapon that can cut through the wires. Join our community in the comments below. Tell us about the anomalies you've seen in the sky. Share the secrets they told you to forget. Like this video to amplify our signal and break through the algorithm of control. We are the architects of the new awakening. Our journey into the heart of the great deception is just beginning. In our next transmission, we will go where no one else dares, into the forbidden underground archives of the Vatican, where the true history of the giants and the pre-flood technology is locked away in blood and gold. Until then, keep your eyes on the stars, but keep your mind even sharper. This is Lost Realities. The countdown has already started. They are watching you, right now. Goodbye, for now.